Jose, outstanding result for you. What would you say about the performance that delivered it?
For me, I prefer the players to speak, because they are the ones. They were fantastic. They gave everything. They follow a strategy, and football sometimes, and more than ever, strategy plays an important part. And they were amazing. This guy, Harry Kane, represents the spirit of all the other guys. The way he works for the team is the same way the other ones do it. It was very important to respect them and not to forget the team they are. If we follow people speaking about them not being as good as before, if we follow the fake table because they have one match in hand, we would probably play in a different way. But against these guys, we all know how Pep teams are and the quality of the players. We defined a way to play, and was magnificent to see them do what they did. So super congratulations to the players. I think the referee team was really good too. And City is a fantastic team that lost against a team that strategically was very good. But City is still City.
So how do you deliver such a strategic performance, as you call it, with no preparation time?
Yeah, that's what I told the players. They didn't have time to work, but we had. Myself, my assistants, the analyst guys, the IT guys, and we trained on the theoretical side of the game. But you can only do that when there are many principles that the team has already. So we defined everything. If they build with 4, we do this way. If they build with 3, like sometimes they do and they did during some periods of the game, we will position our block in a certain way. If they press us high, we build in a way. If they don't press us high, we build in a different way. And everything was very good. Of course, you have to score, and we didn't have many chances. Of course, you need a top goalkeeper to make a crucial save in a crucial moment. Of course, you need that. But we knew that they would have more of the ball, but we would feel very comfortable playing that way because we knew the way to do it.
So on a night like that, and you mentioned it as Harry Kane walked behind you, how important is a guy like that holding it, scrapping, occupying the centre halves, winning plenty of tackles?
Every player did the job in an amazing way. Even what we used to call the emergency principles, which is when somebody, by tired or by losing a certain position, is not there, you have the emergency rules, let's say that. Everybody had an incredible friendship and solidarity. Everybody was amazing. I just feel sorry for Toby with a fantastic performance. He has an important injury. It's the injury of the fatigue. It's the injury that happened. But it was an opportunity for Rodden to come and to come for a game of this dimension and difficulty. So let's go. Thursday we have another one.
So Toby Alderweireld is potentially a long-term injury, is it?
I would say so.
How big a game does it set up now against Chelsea, Jose, top of the table?
No. It's not against Chelsea. It's against Ludogorets. Our group in Europa League is very tricky. You can say you have 6 points. Wow, I don't think 10, 11 will be enough, because maybe Ludogorets will lose lots of points against everybody. So maybe we need more than 10, 11 points. So it's still difficult. So Thursday is very important for us to win it, to make 9, and even so, we are not qualified with 9. We have still to go until the end.
Well done, Jose.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, what did you make of it?
Well, I think we played well, but we missed that cutting edge. You know, to keep Tottenham to about 3 or 4 chances, that's quite good. But yeah, obviously if you're not sharp enough in front of goal, what is happening lately, then it's tough.
You say it's happening lately. Why has it become a little bit of a reoccurring theme? Not quite the cutting edge we've seen in the past.
Well, obviously it's been up and down with the players coming in, going out. So it's very difficult for people to come back from injury and then be sharp directly. So it's been a lot of changes, a lot of people coming in, coming out. So it's difficult to find the consistency. I think the first 2/3 of the part of the pitch we're playing really well, but then the end needs to be a little bit sharper. But I guess that will come, and hopefully sooner than later.
What did you make of the goal that was ruled out today? Because you obviously did have the ball in the back of the net, and you were certainly one of the players speaking to the officials at half time.
I don't know the rules anymore, honestly. I thought if it's above the arm here that it's not handball anymore with the law changes.
Yeah.
But then it's like middle of the.
What did Gabriel say it hit him?
Yeah, but everybody knows that it hits him here. But honestly, I don't know the rules. Like, it did change, and if you will listen tomorrow, or the day after, they will come on whatever channel and the referee will say it's a good decision. So it really doesn't matter.
Worrying though, isn't it, that the guys playing the game don't quite know the rules?
Well, what can we say? I think I've been playing professional football for about 12 years. In the first 9 years, there was no rule changes. In the last 3 years, there's been a lot of rule changes. I don't know why. Football is such a nice game, but the guys who makes the rules should be people in the game. I don't know who makes them, so I'll just say consistent. That's it.
Lastly, are we looking, do you think, at a very different Premier League season for the last 2-3 years? A couple of teams going for it, high points total. Is something different emerging this season?
Well, I'm not surprised. We had about 7 days of pre-season. I played with my national team about after one training. So what do people expect of us? Like,
do you feel exhausted?
Sometimes, yeah. Even with the rules, I came in Wednesday night from Belgium. I wasn't allowed to go to the club because we had to do a COVID test. So I couldn't get any regeneration. It's the same for everybody, though. But like we play, but yeah, sometimes we're tired.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Refereeing team were really, really good. He's obviously referring at 1-0 to the goal that City had chalked off because Aymeric Laporte thought they'd equalised. You watch this time and time again, Michael. Are you still saying this goal should stand?
I think it should stand, yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's not clear cut, but I'd like to see if it's quite close and at least one going for the strikers. You see them, we've seen the diagram and where the line is. It's sort of halfway up between the elbow and the shoulder. And even Mike Dean comes onto the pitch later on and actually points to where it is. And if he's pointing to the accurate place, which you would assume later on, and actually points to where it is, and if he's pointing to the accurate place, which you would assume he would be, then that would tell me that it's probably in a legal area, let's say. So I'm surprised it's been disallowed.
Tim?
When I first saw it, I thought it hit him on the forearm, just above his wrist. But when I look at it again, I think it hits him. He almost leans. Jesus leans into it and it hits him under the armpit. I think it's very unfortunate to be ruled out.
And this conversation was going on even after the half-time whistle there. You can see Kevin De Bruyne, what he's thinking about it. Let's just remember, there it is behind me, what is now designated as handball and not handball. And that is where Mike Dean is pointing. Red is handball.
It's in there, and that indication there, whereas red is handball and green's not, then it's on the borderline. I think this could have gone either way.
I agree. It's right on the borderline, but it's about time that if it is on the borderline, that but unless you can prove it's not, unless you can prove it's definitely handball, then surely you can't disallow it. You've got to be able to definitely say that is handball, and I don't think you can. I think that's right on the borderline. So surely it has to go an advantage with the players, because you can't conclusively say it was definitely handball.
OK, well, as we showed you there was a long conversation.
Tonight, for the first time in a while, you'll go to bed top of the table. What about the performance that got you there?
Yeah, fantastic performance. We knew it was obviously going to be a tough game. Man City are a great team, used the ball really well. But yeah, we had a game plan to to defend as a unit in that kind of mid-block. Obviously, sometimes it went into a low block, but I thought everyone worked their socks off today. And then, we took our chances. Obviously, Sonny with a great finish early on, and then we knew that in the second half that the chances would be available. Thankfully, we took one towards the end.
With that game plan, then, does that early goal just set it up perfectly for you?
I think so. I think. Obviously, we knew if I was going to drop deep, maybe the centre halves would come quite tight, and then Sonny and Stevie could run in behind, and obviously that was the perfect example for the first goal. And then, like I said, we probably defended a little bit too deep than what we liked. We spoke at half time to maybe push up the
score. But what about his all-round performance today?
Yeah, he worked hard for the team. That was a great indication that Jose Mourinho has brainwashed this group of players. He's talking mid-blocks. I've never heard him come out of his mouth mid-block, but they bought into the philosophy of Jose Mourinho.
Would you like to explain mid-block to us?
Mid-block means defend deep, counter-attack when you can, but just no gaps, no spaces in between. And they didn't have any spaces. They had a lot of shots from outside the box, but they never had many clear-cut chances. We're talking about a side with the firepower of Man City. Jose has brainwashed this group of players to believe in. And you know what helps? Winning football matches. And when they look at the table, when they're top of the league, the fans wouldn't like it. You know, they're benefiting because the fans are not in the stadium.
Well, they'd like it at the top of the league, surely.
Absolutely. That's the only way they like it. It's fine margins. They could have easily lost that football match, and everyone over social media, all the fans around the world saying, not good enough. Why doesn't he play on the front foot like Pochettino? Don't care. All you need to worry about is winning football matches, picking up that trophy, Hugo Lloris going at the end of the season, lifting the trophy, and on the back of your medal, last time I checked on mine, it didn't say, oh, by the way, you were very poor in 10 games. No, nothing. Just show it to your grandkids. That's what it is. We're all rich. All them players, they're rich. Harry Kane realises he don't have to work again. He needs to show them once. All these players need to win things. Tottenham has been too long not winning trophies. They need to start winning, and Jose is showing them the way. Might not be pretty, but who cares?
Well, it's 29 games before we can think of Hugo Lloris lifting a trophy. A long, long time to go in the Premier League season. But you said beforehand, it's that kind of season. Have they laid down another marker to help you believe that would be possible?
They certainly have. I mean, it's open. That's really opened things up. Of course, Tottenham was ahead of Manchester City anyway. But before the game, Manchester City was still the favourites to win the Premier League. Now that has opened things right up. The top 4 teams, all of those can win the league. Of course, Manchester City down in 10th there, loitering, but you know they're going to be up there at the end. That really has opened things up, and we've all said it. If there's going to be a surprise, it's going to be this season. So many different things, obviously with the COVID-19 situation, no fans, Liverpool's injuries, City's lack of form, City not scoring goals. This could be a really exciting season. It's only at the start, I know, but it's already shaping up nicely.
Absolutely. So, Tottenham did it. Harry Kane was right at the heart of it with those 2 goals. The first one inside 5 minutes, terrifically started.
Yeah, and Don Belly with a great pass here, and Harry Kane just steps in, see if he can occupy the centre halves. For 1 minute, he doesn't believe Laporte is going to move with him. He said, look, I'm going to step in here, try and occupy him, dislodge him so Son can run in behind. And would you believe it? He follows him in there. Come on, let's go for a walk. Here he drifts him in. He takes him for a walk, big hole in behind, and there's Son, just rolls it in. What is he doing, Michael, the goalkeeper? Stay on your line. He's on his left side. He will not score from there. But Ederson...
Oh, yeah. You know, he only had one option as it was, and that was hit it probably as hard as he could and hope that it goes in. But it was a hope. You know, you're outside the box. You're the underdog. All of a sudden, his decision has turned the tables. Now he's the favourite to score. He's given him an opportunity. He can either flick it over him or do what he did and go under him.
Could the same be said for the second goal?
Not as obvious, but yes. Definitely. You know, there's runners in front of him. And then again, the goalkeeper comes flying out. I question whether if he stayed back. Again, this just shows you the position of Harry Kane, how he's developed this over the years. Watch Bergwijn here as well. His run clears the space for Lo Celso to make into that channel, and then, well, I think if the goalkeeper stays back there, very, very difficult. You've almost got to hit it off the post and in, off that far post and in to score, and that's not an easy thing to do. I think he